Hello and welcome to a slight video that's might be off topic than what you're used to. But today I just wanted to address the issue of the current and probably past issues that have arisen with recent series and past series of Love Island. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Why is he coming up with a video based on a reality TV series that many people either look up to or aspire to be other people, or to be like the people as seen on these TV shows? Now, one thing that now some people might say, oh, he's just a young adult who doesn't really know what he's on about, or is just doing this to kind of make a point. But the reality is, a lot of reality TV series can be diminishing towards a young person's health, or can make them feel down about themselves because they want to be as good as people seen on reality TV shows, and then realise that watching a reality TV series like Love Island or whatnot kind of raises the expectations that you should be like the people in these TV series. But today I want to ask the question I want to ask about reality TV series is, why is it so popular? Why are reality TV series like Love Island so popular among younger generations, and what makes them what is the purpose of Love Island? Because this is something that kind of struck me in the last couple of days, with all the controversies and that's arising, and all the complaints that are flooding in over Love Island, and not just Love Island but other TV series, reality TV series that are based on relationships or real life situations. So without any further ado, let's make the video, and hopefully this goes down well and I hopefully can get a point across. Doing some research earlier into complaints that arose during last night's episode of Love Island and other reality TV series, I found that through reading news articles online and whatnot, that reality TV series don't tend to help younger people's attitude towards feeling good about themselves. They usually are made to impress, or rather put down other audience viewers or viewers of a certain TV series. In the past, I have watched previous series. I've watched last year's series of Love Island, and albeit I wasn't that much engaged in the viewership aspect of watching a reality TV series that is on for about 3 or 4 months of the year during the summer, but I still found it interesting all the same when I tuned in. Although I wasn't as interested in the series than I am this year. I suppose I'm more interested in the series this year than I was last year, because I find it interesting to see how different personalities and different attitudes of the many different people that are placed in the villa, what happens to them once they become a collective group of people in a room or in a house full of strangers that they have barely yet met. And through this series I have found that already for the first 1 or 2 weeks of the show, everything was up and starting on the up properly, and then everything then just took a downhill slide from there. Already I've seen, from watching the series, I've seen arguments brew up between uh, other contestants over who they should see and who they shouldn't see, and why hanging around with other females are better than hanging around with males and all that. Like, okay, you might have a preferred gender or whatever, or a preferred type of person, but that doesn't give you the right to control what other people in the villa do. Like, and it just seems to be kind of, oh, I'm telling you to do this so you do that, or I'm telling you to do this and we're doing this and we want to make you feel more inclusive in our group and whatever. If the other person involved in the conversation doesn't want to do what you do on a daily basis, which is hanging around with other people and getting to know them a little more, and they want to go off and do their own thing, let them at it. And yeah, okay, some days they might want to hang around with you guys, but they don't have to do that for the entirety of the series over the next 3 or 4 months that the show is on TV. They can do what they want to do. If they want to do that, that's fine. If they don't want to do that, that's fine also. Let them go off and do their other thing, their own thing, on their own time, and let them try and... what I'm trying to say is, people in this situation, or in these houses, or in this situation, they often tend to be bombarded with decisions that don't necessarily agree with them. And in relation to the complaints issue that was raised in last night's episode over being forced to do something that you don't want to do, last night's episode I think received over 1,000 complaints because of one issue that arose, and multiple issues actually. I think there was 2 issues that was raised by audience members, and then Ofcom, who kind of managed the situations, get in contact with the likes of ITV or the production companies of the show and say, look, we recognise this, we realise this is a bad situation for the Islanders to be in, and we'd like to investigate it a little bit more. Now, investigations have not happened yet, but there was talk of Ofcom investigating the issue to see if they can solve it properly and in good time. And of course as well, the structure of how the contestants are dealt with after the show, after they come out of the villa, have been kind of reworked so that each person in the villa, if they want to, can reach out to consultants and say whether or not like they've been treated badly, and if they have been treated badly, what can they do about it. But what I'm trying to say is Love Island really good, like a good way to find... Yes, Love Island is all about relationships and that, but is watching a reality TV series like Love Island good for a younger person's mental health? And going off of research done on past episodes of, or last series, a show like Love Island just seems, you get all these, like, Love Island can sometimes be a family show, it can be sometimes be a thing that you just go up in your room and you watch on your phone by yourself, because other members of your family might not be interested in it, and that's fine. But like, does Love Island set the premise that your whole life has to be based around love interests, and do you have to live this lavish lifestyles that celebrities live? And like, realistically, what is the point of Love Island if the show just points you in the direction of a downward spiral? This was a very common issue raised in last year's series, where one of the contestants' exes were kind of put on to the island when this person was already coupled up with a person, and then it was like a shitstorm of controversies and complaints and arguments and tears, basically, for the next, I don't know, for the remainder of the series, until the issue was sorted out by Ofcom. And after the complaints came in and Ofcom decided to then solve the problem, and then ITV went, no, this is not good enough, we have to think about what we're doing and how we're going to evaluate the situation and try and fix it. So from that issue, and then from previous issues in relation to other series, like there was in series 1 and 2 and 3, there was a few issues raised as well, that it got so bad that a few of the contestants kind of was on the series and then came out of the villa, and then a few weeks later was kind of bombarded with threats of different things and other personal issues, and within a year or so the situation got so bad they decided to kill themselves. So realistically, what I'm trying to say is Love Island a good TV series to have on TV, especially around the time when a lot of young people in the teenage bracket don't really, I might get a bit of abuse for this, but don't really understand what reality TV shows like Love Island do to young people's mental health. And I think maybe if a generation like myself or other generations down the line could be properly educated in mental health and what kind of triggers it, would we be better suited to understanding the problems that reality TV series like Love Island or like other reality TV series have on young people's health? And would it then be more of an issue, would it then be less of an issue to keep having these conversations, and now that you're more educated about them or on track to being educated about them, would you have a better understanding of what mental health, the meaning of mental health, and what kind of causes these thoughts in your head, and how a small argument can turn into a big one and then make the mental health situation kind of explode into a bigger one, and then you get carried away and all that. But yeah, next one I want to try and talk about is the popularity of Love Island among younger generations, and why it's so popular, why people sit down every day of the summer months, June, July, August, May, June, July, or depending on when the series starts, why people sit down and watch it. Is it because of the big kind of celebrities? Like this year we have Tommy Fury, who is related to who is Tyson Fury's half brother, and he's a boxer. And then we have a social media influencer, which I don't really count as a job, but you know, people count different things as jobs, and that's fair enough. I'm not going to get into debate about that. Does having these type of people in the villa take away from the whole reality of television? And is that why it's so popular? Is it because you've got young people? Is it because you've got good looking people? Is it because the people in the villa convey an image of what society today should be like, instead of what society should not be like? Is there a balance between what society should be and what society should aim to be? Like, how does it balance out that? I don't know. But my question is, to you guys, is it, why do you think Love Island is so popular among today's generation? And why is it that Love Island, the viewership for Love Island kind of spike because of the interest in the TV series? And why is it that we've got Love Island and Love Island Australia and Love Island New Zealand and all these different TV shows of different of the same name but in different countries? Why have we stemmed out from having the original, which is the UK version, and then stemming out into like Australia, New Zealand? You know, it's, why have we got so many iterations of the same show under a different name? Is it because people enjoy it? Is it because people like to see other people evolve in the same house with different personalities? I don't know. So that's my question to you. Why do you find Love Island, why do you think Love Island is so popular among today's generation? Thank you very much for watching this video and having a listen to what I have to say about the series and why I think it is so popular among the viewers and what good is Love Island